We're back and it's 5:12. We are continuing our coverage of breaking news. Pope Benedict XVI announces his resignation.
Yeah, it is the first time in centuries a pope has stepped down, and now speculation is growing as to who will replace him. McCall Medina joins us in studio at Vision Plus with the details.
That is a big question for 4 million Catholics right here in Los Angeles and lots of Catholics all across the world. Who will be the replacement to Pope Benedict? A big question. As we try to answer the question, can the Pope even really authentically resign? There's a lot of questions surrounding the terminology resignation because a lot of folks who actually study the Pope in the Vatican say it's more of an abdication. He can leave the actual position but not actually resign. The first Pope to do it was back, actually the last Pope to do it was Gregory back in 1406, more than 600 years ago, and he did it in order to end the Western Schism. That's when the actual Catholic Church actually split into 3 different churches. The first Pope to do it was Pope Celestine back in 1294. He resigned only after 5 months as Pope. Then he lived as a hermit, we're told, for about 2 years before he was canonized as a saint. He's the actual one that actually wrote a decree that allowed the Pope to resign or leave office. He did that in 1294. Now, canon law says a Pope can actually leave office as if it's made freely and it's manifested properly. That's the only extent of the actual language in canon law that refers to the Pope leaving office alive. Now, the question about resignation, the reason why there's a question about resignation and abdication is that who does he assign his resignation letter to? No one quite knows. Is it the church, the College of Cardinals, or is it to the world? There was no person on the resignation announcement that he announced earlier today, so a lot of people are questioning that. Now, we're told that John Paul II, the Pope prior to Benedict, actually wrote 2 resignation letters when he was 75 years old and 80 years old in case of incurable diseases. He actually never used those letters. As we all know, he passed away while he was serving as Pope. The big question now, who will be the next Pope? The focus is on Latin America. That's because 42% of the world's Catholics currently reside in Latin America, and we're told by a lot of insiders that these 2 archbishops are the leading candidates for the Pope, the Archbishop of Brazil and the Archbishop of Argentina. And the Archbishop of Argentina, actually, people believe, have a leg up because he's actually Italian-born, and it wasn't until just about 5 centuries ago that non-Italians were able to become Pope. So a lot of people now turning their attention to who will be the successor. I can tell you that a lot of Latin American Catholics certainly hope it's somebody from their neck of the woods.
Wow. And you've got to assume, because the Pope is obviously a living person, that they've, he's given a heads up and there's talks already been in the works.
Right. So we know the resignation will come at the end of the month. There'll probably be about a week period after the resignation and before the College of Cardinals meets again to select the new Pope.
All right. Mac, thank you.
Interesting.